General Robert E. Lee stands in Dallas at least one more night. A federal judge today dropped the restraining order that blocked removal last night, but the city says this time it is not moving quickly. NBC5's Ken Kalthoff is live in Lee Park with the latest. Ken?
Demonstrators are back here tonight at the park supporting this statue. The mayor says that Dallas would be better off with it gone immediately, and that's why he took the extraordinary step of scheduling yesterday's city council vote at a briefing session. The procedure change was one of the grounds used by opponents today in court to try and block removal. City leaders and statue supporters faced off in federal court today for a hearing with the judge who stopped the statue removal yesterday. The Sons of Confederate Veterans argued city procedure was improper, but more so that removing the Confederate general statue would amount to a violation of their right to free speech.
Well, it's a part of history, and history can be good, bad, and the ugly. Tearing it down doesn't make the ugly go away.
A lead descendant was there for the hearing.
The city of Dallas does not hold title to that statue, okay? And they have taken that statue from the citizens of Dallas.
The judge rejected all the statue supporters' claims.
So it's a clear message of white supremacy. It's time that we take the moral high ground and proclaim to all of our youth and all of our families that we're all one.
It allows the city to move forward with removal as it was prepared to do immediately yesterday.
It's been installed since 1936. Who knows what to expect?
The workers were having trouble getting the job done before the crane backed off from yesterday's court order. Now officials say only that removal will not happen today, but it will happen.
We will do it respectfully, and we will store it. It will not be destroyed. It's very important that folks know. This will be stored.
A task force appointed by the mayor is meeting over at Dallas City Hall right now to decide what happens to this monument later, along with other monuments and street names in Dallas that bear the name of Confederate folks. The recommendations from that task force are due by November, further city council action later. For now, reporting live in Dallas, Ken Kalthoff, NBC5.
All right, Ken, thank you. And thousands of you are weighing in on this through a poll on our website. Right now, the results are 79% against removing it, 21% for. If you want to weigh in, just head to NBCDFW.com. Robert E. Lee statue in Oak Lawn will come down. The big questions tonight: when it will be removed and where it will go.
A temporary restraining order that was filed to block the statue's removal has now been thrown out by a federal judge. The city of Dallas can now take it down, but city leaders say that won't happen today. NBC5's Noel Walker joins us live now from Lee Park, where the statue is still standing tonight. Noel?
Chris, it's still standing, still behind a barricade, just as we left it last night. There are still people out here today, too, coming out to take a look at it. Many of them came out today assuming this might be the day the statue of Robert E. Lee comes down. The temporary restraining order was just that, temporary. Most of the people we talked to out here today told us they think the statue should stay. Their reasoning for that varies, but they include historical reference and appreciation of the statue as a piece of art. The debate over whether this statue should stay or go has also sparked conversations between people on both sides of the issue.
We're taking a bronze concrete statue down, and people are using that to fuel this black and white war. Isn't that stupid, man? It is.
I say at least let the people of Dallas, the taxpayers, let them decide whether the monument should stay or go.
I'm on both sides. I mean, sad that we had the war. Sad we had the Vietnam War. Sad what's going on now. But taking that down is not going to change history.
Most people think it should stay.
So you can see the monument still has the straps around the base where the workers started to remove it yesterday before that temporary restraining order stopped the process. We don't know when that process will begin again. Reporting live in Dallas, Noel Walker, NBC5.
And Noel, we still don't know where the statue will go. New Orleans and Baltimore, two other cities with very public disagreements over Confederate monuments. So today we asked what they're doing with the statues that they removed. A statue of PGT Beauregard is in the city storage site in New Orleans, and no plans have been announced where it will go. Plus, a statue of Jefferson Davis was taken to an undisclosed location. and plans for it have not been announced either. In Baltimore now, 4 statues were taken to a temporary storage unit, and the location has not been revealed over fears of vandalism. Of course, a lot of you are talking about this tonight, so we want to know, do you think the city of Dallas should be removing the Robert E. Lee statue? You can vote in our flash survey right now at NBCDFW.com.
And tonight, the Robert E. Lee statue in Dallas is still standing. And today, a federal judge dissolved the temporary restraining order that halted its removal, which means the statue will come down. But then, what do you call the park? Noel Walker is live at Robert E. Lee Park. Noel, the city actually has a task force that is grappling with such questions.
They do, and they met earlier this evening. The mayor's task force on Confederate monuments is recommending what to do with the statues, parks, and city streets that bear Confederate names, starting right here with Robert E. Lee Park. In this room where decisions are made, tonight the mayor's task force on Confederate monuments is asking the question, what's in a name? The name is Robert E. Lee Park.
We're not here to destroy history. We're not here to erase history. We're here to make some decisions in 2017.
Does moving a statue really eradicate racism?
We're tired of waiting. We're not doing this for people my age. We're doing this for children.
In the wake of a court paving the way for the Robert E. Lee statue to come down, the task force recommended a name change for the park that bears his name. That was just the beginning.
That cemetery needs to be renamed.
The task force is looking at a list of what they acknowledge are challenging issues. Among them, what's next for the Confederate cemetery in South Dallas?
As a cemetery, it's a place that isn't really a glorification of what those people fought for. It's a place where they are buried.
No bodies will be exhumed. The dead should be left to rest. But we are still fighting with their ghosts and the challenges that they have left before us. Renaming that cemetery can preserve it, while at the same time reflecting where this city can and needs to go if we do not want to refight the Civil War.
The task force recommended a name change there, too. But this isn't just about changing names.
There's got to be some room for racial healing in Dallas, and I think it's through education.
So there is a formal process for naming and renaming city parks. If the task force recommendations for this park are followed, then it would revert to its original name, Oak Lawn Park, kind of as a placeholder until a more permanent name is chosen. Next week, that task force will meet again and talk about city streets that bear Confederate names. Reporting live in Dallas.